Hey, what's up, man?
Oh,
How you
hey,
doing?
man. How you doing?
Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you.
Man, I've got to tell you, we haven't had much guests lately, but I can tell you why. It's because we have no greeters and nobody here smiling and greeting them when they walk in the door. Man, it's
That's
terrible.
valid, man. But have you signed up for the usher or greeter team?
Well, no.
Why?
Why would I do that?
Have you ever met somebody who criticizes but never contributes? For instance, a basketball player or coach who tells you that your shot or layup is terrible, or maybe that you're just a terrible player.
Oh my word! How are you this bad? Just quit at this point. You are so bad.
Or maybe a music instructor who tells you that you're playing it wrong and it sounds terrible, but doesn't tell you how to fix it. What about a church member who complains that nobody is coming since there aren't many smiling faces when they walk through the door? Yet that same individual doesn't help with usher or greeter team or with outreach. Criticizing just makes things worse by not providing any benefit. It causes emotional grief, embarrassment, insecurity.
Like we mentioned, a player gets criticized by the coach and is told his shot is terrible. That player is now more prone to not taking shots due to embarrassment and lack of confidence. This can cause resentment towards the other players or the coach, making it harder for them to work as a team going forward.
If a music instructor criticizes his student without any contribution to the student's progress, then the student will be less motivated to learn and start to resent the music instructor. And if the church member never decides to offer their time to help greet any new members and participate in outreach, then there won't be any progress that gets made in retaining or obtaining new members. Criticism does nothing but harm the individual or department because it focuses on faults and not solutions. But the Bible warns us against criticizing without contribution or edification. In Ephesians 4:29, it says, "Let not corrupt word proceedeth out of your mouth, but what is good for necessary edification, that it may impart grace to the hearers." Matthew 7:1-5 also talks about criticizing without contribution. It says,
Judge not, that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me remove the speck from your eye, and look, a plank is in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye.
as we saw in the example shown earlier, the individual was complaining and criticizing the department for not doing enough, but they themselves have not contributed to the betterment of the department. Maybe the people that are involved currently are not in the position that best represents their talent, but they saw a need and fulfilled it. God may have given you the ability to recognize that need and may have also given you the talent in order to fulfill that role. Romans 12:4 says, "For as we have many members in one body, but all the members do not have the same function." If I lost my legs, in order to get around, I might have to use my arms for a little bit, at least until I get a prosthetic. My arms were not designed to be used as legs, but can fulfill the need until something else could. This can be seen in ministry. 1 Peter 4:10 says, "As each one has received a gift, minister it to one another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of God." Critics will criticize and watch from a distance, but a servant will take action and contribute to building the kingdom of God. It is important that we contribute instead of criticize in all that we do. If we have to criticize, it is to be constructive, to edify, to contribute to the betterment of others. If the coach wants to contribute, he'll do private one-on-one sessions with the player, acknowledging what the player has done right and let the player know that he could improve. Then, in turn, the player's confidence improves. The player is more motivated to stay involved with the team, and the player is also more open to receiving further criticism because coach has demonstrated that he cares and is willing to sacrifice his time and effort and energy for the betterment of the player.
If a music instructor wants to contribute, then they can give tips and tricks on how to improve, recommend some at-home warm-ups, and educational videos to further the student's development. This will build the student's confidence in playing in front of the instructor, knowing that they are there to help them become a better musician.
Lastly, the church member could contribute by joining the outreach team and usher greeter team and sacrifice their time to make a difference in the way that new members or guests are greeted. As we have covered today, it is more important to contribute than to criticize because it tears down the people's self-worth, has no benefit without edification, and can cause resentment and disunity. Our contributions help people by uplifting confidence, providing belonging, showing ownership, and showing that we care about the well-being of that person, department, or organization. Find a way to contribute in your friendships, church, and the rest of your day-to-day life. Edify, don't crucify. God bless, my friend.